French language has various forms of tenses. When we say tenses, we're talking about the mode, the way the French verbs are used. There is a difference when you want to say something in the present and in the past in French, like you have in English. But unlike English, when you have just present and past, you have another past in French that is not a conventional past tense you are used to as an Anglophone learning French in that background. That is why if you stay till the end of this video in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to go about it, and you'll understand what we call the imperfect tense. We call it l'imperfect en français. What do you need to know? Ce qu'il faut savoir. Quelle est la formule pour la conjugation? What's the formula for conjugating verbs in this particular tense? How do you employ or deploy it? And then we'll look at some practical exercises as far as this tense is concerned. This is Flow Hub. We appreciate it when our viewers subscribe, because it helps to show the video to others who might need it, and it recommends it. So please, we appreciate you for your subscription in advance. Do hit the subscribe button and let's get on with it. When you talk about the l'imperfect in French, you must know that this is a tense we use to describe an action in the past that is incomplete. That's the first thing. Number two, it is also a descriptive tense. It's used mainly for description. And it's used to describe what we call habitual actions in the past. We are going to see examples very soon. And you can translate it in these two ways in English. Either you say it is used for habitual actions in the past, or for actions that are continuous, that is, actions that did not have a definite end in the past. We call them the past continuous tense. Look at this example. We have je dansais. It means I used to dance, or I was dancing. I could say quand j'étais jeune, when I was young, je dansais. I did not stop dancing, I kept dancing. Or I simply say I was dancing when I was younger. Knowing the reason or how or to deploy this particular tense or French verb is not the final bus stop. The next thing, you must know how to conjugate the verb, that is, process the verb in a way that it will be suitable, because that is for French verb. For you to master the imperfect tense, pour maîtriser l'imparfait en français généralement, il te faut la connaissance approfondie du présent de l'indicatif. For you to master the imperfect tense, you must have a good knowledge of the present tense. Now, what we do for the imperfect is that we go to the present tense of the verb we want to conjugate, and then we go to the nous, the first person plural, nous. Nous mangeons, nous parlons, nous buvons, whatever the verb. And then we remove the ONS at the end of that nous conjugation of the present tense of that particular verb. And we add the following endings you can see on your screen. For je, you add what we call the AIS. For tu, you add the AIS. For il, you add your AIS. For elle, you add your AIT. Il, AIT, elle, AIT. For nous, IONS. For vous, AIZ. Il, elle, plural, AIENT, elle, AIENT. This formula of going to the nous of the first person plural in the present tense is applicable to all verbs except the verb être. For the verb être, what they did was that the French people went to the participation of the verb, and then they took it, removed the last E, and added the endings. Let's look at that. The two auxiliary verbs that you must know. Look at être, j'étais. They repeat the participe passé, remove the ending, the E there, and added the terminaison. We have j'étais, tu étais on your left hand side of the screen. Il était, elle était, on était. Nous étions, vous étiez. Il était, elle était. Now for avoir, we have what we call nous avons in the present tense. So we remove the ONS like the rule says, and we added our terminaison, the ending. So we have j'avais, tu avais, il avait, elle avait. We have nous avions, vous aviez, il, elle avait. Mind you, that last il there for the you can see on your screen is supposed to be with the first L on top there. So note that. Having looked at the verbs, the auxiliary verbs, let's deal with the first group verbs. Now, first group verbs in French generally ends in ER, and we have a plethora of them. We have danser here, we have parler. You can see them conspicuous with the blue sign there. We have nous dansons, we have nous parlons. We remove the ONS. We have je dansais, tu dansais, il, elle, on dansait, nous dansions, vous dansiez, il, elle dansait. We have for je parlais, tu parlais, il, elle, on parlait, nous parlions, vous parliez, il, elle parlait. So it's the same thing. Just know the verb in the first person plural, which is the nous in the of the present tense. Remove the ONS and add your endings. You will conjugate the verb perfectly in imperfect. Ça, c'est le secret. Now these are second group verbs. We have grandi, the same formula. Nous grandissons, we remove the ONS. We have blanchi, nous blanchissons, we remove the ONS. So we have je grandissais, tu grandissais, il, elle, on grandissait, nous grandissions, vous grandissiez, il, elle grandissait. For blanchi, we have je blanchissais, tu blanchissais, il, elle, on blanchissait, nous blanchissions, vous blanchissiez, il, elle blanchissait. So the rule cut across all of them. That's for second group verbs. Now these are third group verbs. And I intentionally picked the verb aller because it also ends in ER. But you tell me, so we have je vais, tu vas, il va, je vais, tu vas, il va, nous allons. Now we pick the allons of that one. We remove the ending elsewhere, ONS, and we have our imperfect with the verb aller. J'allais, tu allais, il allait, elle allait, nous allions, vous alliez, il, elle allait. That is it. For vont, we have nous vendons. In the present tense, nous. Remove the ONS, we have je vendais, tu vendais, il vendait, elle vendait, nous vendions, vous vendiez, il, elle vendait. The rule is true and is applicable. Remove the ONS in the first person plural of the present tense, the nous. Add your endings. Now, for pronominal verbs, the rule does not change. You just have to conjugate your pronominal pronoun as well and add the endings. Nothing changes. We have s'appeler, we have voyons, we have je m'appelle, tu t'appelles, il s'appelait, je m'appelais, tu t'appelais, il, elle, on s'appelait, nous nous appelions, vous vous appeliez, il, elle s'appelait. Then you have for voir, je me voyais, tu te voyais, il, elle, il, elle, on voyait, nous nous voyons, vous vous voyez, il, elle, voyait. So the rule applies, it goes. Now I've brought this, it's just very simple thing. These are present tense by your left hand side, and then you have the imperfect on the right hand side. And the aim was just to first you so that you see how it is done. We have il ne veut pas sortir. Put it in imperfect, the verb becomes voulait sortir. You pick nous voulons, you conjugate it, you're going to have il voulait. Nous regrettons, nous regrettions. Elle ne connaît pas les réponses, elle ne connaît pas les réponses. À quoi pensez-vous? À quoi pensiez-vous? Elle le désire beaucoup. Elle le désirait beaucoup. Il compte voyager en autobus. Il comptait voyager en autobus. Il est 6 heures. Il était 6 heures. So you see, this is how you go about it. To convert it as we wrap it up now, you are going to find that Number one thing is the imperfect tense is used for actions in the past that are continuous. To conjugate it, you have to go back to the present tense, the new, with the ONS, add your termination. It cut across for all verbs except the verb et, which you will take the participation and remove the last E and add the termination. And you have your imperfect complete and well done. On this note, I want to say thank you for watching to the end of this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not done that. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.